Dear students, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to discuss the next application of the stack, which is the evaluation of the postfix expression. In the previous video, we have discussed how to convert the infix expression to postfix expression and what is the need of the conversion. In that conversion, how the stack is involved. Okay. So once the infix expression is converted into the postfix expression in programming language, okay, so we will give usually the expression in the infix format. Okay, the system will convert that infix into the postfix expression. So the postfix expression only will be evaluated by the system for given some values. For example, if we given that infix expression like a plus b star c in the programming, okay, so it will be converted into what? The postfix expression by using that algorithm, infix to postfix conversion algorithm. Okay, the corresponding what the postfix expression is that a, b, c star and then what? Plus. So here in this conversion, during the conversion, it will resolve the problem of what? The precedence of the operations. Okay, so actually what? The plus is star, even the plus is appeared before the star, it will do the star first, that is the multiplication first, then what? The addition. So that problem is resolved, so that straight away what? After converting the postfix expression, the postfix expression will be evaluated by the system for the given values. For example, if you are substituting that values a equal to 2, b equal to 4 and c equal to 3, okay, for these values, okay, it will evaluate and it will give the answer. So here we are going to discuss that algorithm for evaluating what? The postfix expression. For that is for the given values, not for that variables. So these values will be substituted to here, so that that expression will be identified as what? 2, 4 and what? 3 star and then plus. This will be input for this algorithm, that is 2, 4, 3 star plus. So ABC values are substituted here. Okay, so if this is given as an input for that evaluation algorithm, okay, what will be the result? So in this algorithm, how the stack is used, that we are going to what? Discuss now. In the first algorithm, infix to postfix conversion algorithm, the stack is used for the maintaining the operators. Okay, but in the evaluation of the postfix algorithm, the stack is used for maintaining the operands. Okay, so we will discuss how that expression is going to be what? Evaluated using the stack. So this is an algorithm for evaluating the postfix expression. Okay, so in this algorithm, the input is that postfix expression. Okay, so input postfix. Okay, and then the output for that algorithm, it will return the result. Okay, the input actually will be given like what? The 2, 4, 3 star plus. It means it will not be given like what? Variable ABC star plus. So where the variable values are substituted in the postfix, the substituted postfix expression will be given for our algorithm. Also, we are going to make some assumption, that is that the values, okay, for simplicity, for explaining that algorithm alone, we are going to consider the values are a single digit number. It means that each individual character will be what? Either the number or the operators, like that only we are going to consider. We are not going to what? Consider like what? 2 digit or 3 digit numbers as the values. So this is first simplifying the explanation of what? The algorithm. So later on you can modify that algorithm for what? Adding the 2 digit, 3 digit, 4 digit numbers. So our thing is what? We have to what? To know how the stack is used, so that If this is the input means each character will be what considered as a number, that is a 2 is a number, 4 is a number, 3 is a number, not 24 as a number, okay, or 243 is not a number, like that. Okay, so we are going to consider only the single digit values and then what the allowed limited operators. Okay, so this is an input means what will be the output means that 14. Actually 2 and 4 3 substituted here, 2 plus 4 into what 3. First we have to multiply that B and C, 4 into 3 12, that need to be added with what 2. So that is what 14. 14 must be the result. Okay, so if you are not considering the priority of the operators, what you will do means what 2 plus 4, that is a 6, 6 into what 3, 6 into 3 is 18, like that you will get the answer. So that should not be the answer. So actual answer is what we should follow the priority of the operators, so that the answer must be what the 14. So here if we are evaluating this expression, you will get what the 14. So that only that algorithm. In that algorithm, first step is we need to use one stack. Okay, the stack is for maintaining the operands, not an operators. Okay, so here only it's a very simple algorithm. We need to process that characters one by one from the postfix expression. Okay, so that is a 1 to n. Okay, that need to be processed one by one. Okay, each character by the time it is called as a token. Okay, if the token is there are only two cases, the token is an operand or the token is what operator. So operand and then what, or if the token is an operator, so what is the action? Okay, so this is action 1 and this is what action 2, and that assumption is what no other characters are allowed in that infix expression. So that postfix expression, the postfix expression is the valid one. Okay, like that we are going to learn. So only two actions that I will explain what is the action, that through an example. At the end of, after processing all the elements, okay, that is at the end of the for loop, the stack containing the actual result, okay, that is going to be what, that is the stack is going to have only one value. Finally what it is having only one value, that value is going to be popped and then returned to the user as a result. Consider this example 4813 plus slash and then what minus. Okay, this is the postfix expression that we are going to what evaluate. So here the characters index is what 1 2 3 4 5 6 and then what 7. So the I is going to be what, start from 1 to what up to what n. So n is here what 7. So actually this expression equivalent to what infix expression is 1 plus 3 and then what 8 by 1 plus 3, okay, and then 4 minus what 8 by 1 by 3. Okay, so if you are evaluating this, what should be the result means what 1 plus 3 4, 8 by 4 is a 2, 4 minus 2 is what 2. So 2 should be the result. Okay, finally we should get the 2. Okay, so here we are given that infix expression, that is postfix expression. We are not going to consider the priority and brackets, everything, anything. Okay, in the postfix expression usually it will not have any brackets. Okay, so parenthesis will not be there. Okay, so come to that algorithm one by one. So we are the algorithm we are going to use an empty stack, then I started from 1 to n. So here I, okay, and then token, okay, and stack and then action. Okay, so initially what I equal to 1, by that time the token is what the 4. Okay, the stack is by that time is an what empty stack. Okay, and what should be the action to be performed? Okay, what should be the action here? So you check the token is operand or operator, only the two cases. Okay, here the token is what operand, not an operator. So it is an operand means that action what 1. So what is that action is what, just to push that into the stack. Okay, So if it is an operand, just what? Push that into the stack. So that for the next iteration, okay, the stack will be what? Only the 4, okay. Then I equal to what? 2. So the token is what? 8, okay. So 8 means what? That need to be checked. It is an operand. So action to be performed is 1. It means it need to be what? Pushed into the stack. So that the stack content will become what? 4 and then what? Followed by 8. Okay. And then I equal to 3. So 3 means by that time what? Third variable is what? 1. So we are getting that 1. And then the 1 is also what? The 1 is also what? The operand. So it should also be what? Inserted into the stack. So that the stack content will become now 4, 8 and then what? 1. 4, 8, 1. Okay. So here again I equal to 4. So fourth character is a 3. Okay. Again the action will be what? The same. Okay. I have to push that into the stack. So it will be what? Pushed into the stack 4, 8, 1 and then what? 3. Okay. So again the I equal to 5. I equal to 5 means now it is an operator. Okay. If it is an operator means what? I need to perform the second option, that is second action, that is operator. So here the procedure is what? Simple. Just you pop 2 elements one by one. Okay. So name it as the first popped element is the OP1. Okay. Name the second popped element as a OP2 and then perform that corresponding operation. Okay. Which one, what operator is what? The input. That operation to be performed between the OP2 and OP1. So please don't change that order. That should be done for OP2 and what? OP1. You should not put OP1 operator OP2. So we have to perform the operation between the OP2 and what? OP1. Okay. So second popped element operator, first popped element. So that result, okay, is stored as what? OP3, that is going to be pushed back to the stack. That's a simple action. So that if you are popping one element first, okay, so if you are popping one element first, so that is what? 3. Okay, it will be identified as what? OP1 equal to what? 3. Okay, so next if you are popping another element, okay, because recently inserted is the first 3, next is what? 1. Since it is a top, it will return the value in the reverse order of what? Insertion. So that here it is 1. This will be what? Identified as a OP2 equal to what? 1. So we need to perform that operation. Okay, so what is that operator here is the plus. So the plus should be performed between the OP2 and OP1. Okay, so in this case there is no change. We can also use the OP1 and then what? Plus OP2. But as per the algorithm, we should perform that operation as what? OP2 as a first argument, first operand, OP1 as a second operand. So we need to perform OP2 operator and then what? OP1. So that here the OP2 is what? The 3. OP2 is 1 and then what? Plus and then OP1 is what? The 3. So that result is going to be what? Stored as what? OP what? 3. So that result is actually what? 4. The 4 have to be what? Pushed back to what? The stack. Okay. So that result will be what? Pushed back to what? The stack. So that we have to what? Perform. Okay. So that is the steps here. Pop 1, pop 2, perform, that will be identified as a OP3. Just what? Push that into what? The stack. So that the stack content now the stack content So will be already it is having the 4 8, then what the newly calculated value, that is 4 also what will be pushed, and the 1 and 3 is what get popped. So that 4 8 and 1 and 3 is popped, instead what the result is what there in the stack, that is a 4. So the next element, that action is over. So the next element is I equal to what, 6, by the time what, slash. So I is the 6, that token is the slash. So I have to perform the action 2. Again I need to what, pop one element. So that what, OP1 equal to what, 4. Okay, pop another element, OP2 equal to what, 8. Okay, so I need to perform the division between that OP2 and then what, OP1. So OP2, okay, and then operator and then OP1. So that what, 8 divided by what, 4. So what is that result is what, 8 by 4 is that 2. Okay, the 2 is going to be what, pushed back to what, the stack. So that is a simple action. So that the next, for the next iteration, the stack content will be what, only the 4 and 8 and 4 get what, popped. Instead what, that result 2 is there in the stack. Okay, so now I equal to 7. Okay, by that time the input token, when I equal to 7, okay, the token is what, minus. Okay, so the minus. So again it is an operator. So action number what, 2. I need to push, pop an element. Okay, that is an OP1 equal to what, 2. And then again you pop another element, OP2 equal to what, 4. I need to perform what, the minus between that OP2 and what, OP1. So OP2 operator and then OP1. So that 4 minus and then what, 2. So that result is what, 2. The 2 is have to be what, pushed back to what, the stack. So that the stack containing what, only that 2. Okay, the stack containing only the 2. So here, so since we have reached that 7, okay, that is that n, okay, that iteration, number of iterations are over. So at the end of that iteration, I equal to 1 to n, so end of the for loop, what is the thing is what, the stack containing the final result. So that what, I have to what, pop and then I have to return that as what, the result. We need to return, we have to what, pop and return the result. So that what, the 2 will be popped. Okay, so if you apply that pop, okay, so the res will be what, having the 2 that need to be returned to the caller. So since we reached the end of that iterations, the next step is what, the stack containing only one element that need to be what, popped. So that is going to be identified as what, the result. Okay, that is going to be returned to the caller. So this is the end of the algorithm. Okay, so please try to understand the how the stack is involved in the evaluation of what, the postfix expression. Thank you. So in this video we will discuss briefly how the stack is used in the function calls and then what, the recursion. So the recursion we will detailedly discuss later. Okay, just I will explain what the how the stack is used in what, the nested function calls. Suppose if you are considering a program like this, that is what, int main, okay, and then what, here some statements are there, then we are calling a function 1. So this is another user defined function we are calling. Okay, this is end of the main. So it means that, so another function definition is presented here, that is what, fun1. Okay, in that fun1 we have added some statements. It is going to be called, it is going to call what, another function 2, and then end of the function 2. So this is the function 2 definition, so which is having another set of code, and then what, function 3, it is calling another function for function 3, that end of what, that code. So again what, that is a function 3. Here it is having some set of what, code, and it is calling the function 4. Okay, so here this is a sample code. Consider this in a C program. Function 4 nothing, so this is not going to call any functions further. Okay, so just it is going to what, execute that code. Okay, so if you are writing a code like this, okay, we have 4 different functions. The main calling the function 1, so function 1 calling the function 2, the function 3, function 2 calling function 3, function 3 calling function 4, like that. Okay, so in that the nested function calls. Okay, what is the role of the stack? Okay, so when the system start executing your program, it will be usually started from the main. It will read that statements one by one. The executable statements will be read from by what, one by one, and it maintaining a stack. It maintaining the stack. For example, this is the 1, 2, 3, and then what, 4 and 5. These are the line numbers. Here this is the 1, 2, 3, and then what, 4 and 5, etc. Again here line numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4th line is this, and then 5th one is the return, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5. Okay, and so on. Here that is a 1, 2, 3, and so on, like that. The statements are there. Okay, so here just assume that these are the line numbers, okay, in your program. Okay, so the stack will be used here for maintaining the order of the calling the functions. Okay, so the system will start executing line by line from your main function, so 1 or 2, and when the system read this fun 1, it will be identified as what, the function 1. It means that the system control, okay, the processor control will be switched from the main to what, the function definition. So it will, the control will go to here. It means that until the function 1 execution is over, the main function will be in the past state. That means it will not further continuously what, executed. Okay, so here when the function 1 is reached here, the control will move to what, the function 1. It will start executing the code from the function 1. So till that the main function will be in the waiting state. Okay, so here what is happening here, while switching the control from the main to the function, this is another function, the control entirely what, go to that next person. So what it will do means, after completing the function 1, where it has to return. Okay, so that is what, while reaching this statement, where it has to what, return. So that identification mark will be what, pushed into what, the stack. So whenever the function call is reached in your program, the system will what, push that information into the stack. That is where the call, that is after that the execution of the function call is over, where it need to return, that will be pushed into the stack. So that at this stage what, after executing the function 1, it need to return the 4th statement of what, main. Here for understanding purpose, I returning the line number. Actually what, it will push the return address where it has to what, return. So like that what, the return address will be what, pushed into the stack. For simple understanding what, I am using the line number. So the main function what will insert this information, that is a 4th line of what, main, I have to what, return. Like that it will push that information. Okay, this is what, for our understanding purpose, I am writing the like this. 4th line of what, the main function I have to return. So once it is pushed into that stack, okay, so it will go to what, this one. That is that function 1 definition. Here it will start executing this. So this is what pushed as the first one. Okay, so then the control will go to here. Okay, then what, it will start executing this one. when it reached the function 2, okay, there is an another call. So it will be identified as what? This is an another call. So that what the control will move to what? The function 2. Before moving the control, okay, so what will happen means where it need to return means what? After completing the function 2, it need to return the fourth statement of what? The function 2. So it will again what? Insert fourth statement of what? Function 1 it need to return. That is happening as a 3. So before switching into that what? Function 2, so it will return, it will store the return address, that is a fun1, fourth line of what? Fun1 it need to return. Then it will switch to what? The fun2. Again it will start executing from here 1, 2, 3, and then fourth one is again what? The function 3 call, that is another function. So it will move to that definition. By that time the return address, that is after completing this, it need to return the fifth statement of what? Function 2. So fifth statement of what? Fun2, that address, that is that identification will be what? Pushed into the stack. So that is happened as what? Fifth step. Then the sixth step what? The control will switch to what? That function 3. It will start executing line by line. Again there is a function call, so that the control need to move to what? The function 4. So it is it is storing the identification mark, that is after completing the function 4 return what? Fifth statement of what? The function 3. So fifth statement of what? Function 3, that information is pushed, that is happened as a seventh. So that will be what? Pushed into the stack. So that what? After that pushing, it will move to that control, that is a function 4. It will start executing the line by line. Here there is no further function call. So whenever it reach that end of the function, what is happening here is just what? You need to return to the parent. Who is the parent? Where it need to return? How it will identify means what? By referring the stack only. Okay, the stack only we are storing, that we are maintaining what? The return address. So that what is happening? So when we reach that end of statement, it look at that stack, it will ask the stack, I wanted to return. The stack will return what? The recently inserted information. What is the recently inserted information? Fifth line of what? Function 3. So after executing this, the next it will pop one element, that is the what? The reference where it need to return. So fifth line of what? Function 3. So that is what happened as ninth one. So by referring 5 fun3, so it will move to what? The 5 fun3. So it will return to that caller. So that is happened as what? 10. Then it will continue here the execution. Again that end of what? The function 3. End of function 3 means what? Again it will go and ask the stack. The stack maintaining the order. So the stack containing what? Next element is what? Fifth line of what? Function 2. So the stack maintaining the reverse order. Okay, it will return the values in the reverse order of that insertion. So that which one will be returned as a next means what? The fifth line of fun2. So that at the end, fifth line of fun2, the control will go to what? Here. That is as what? 12. Then next to what? It will continue executing the fun2, 5, 6 like this. Again it will reach that end of the function 2. Again we refer the stack. The stack will return now what? The fourth line of function 2. So by referring fourth line of function 2, so it will return to what? The fourth line of function 2. So here there's a 14th statement. Again it will continue that execution. Here we have reached this one. So this is what? End of the function 1. Whenever that reached the end, okay, it will ask the stack. The stack will return what? Fourth line of main. So that is at the next step. So that is fourth line of the main means what? It will return to here. Okay, and then this is the 16th one. Again it will continue executing. So here that is what? End of the main. End of the main means what? It will return to the system. So the program will get what? Terminated. Okay, so here the stack is used for maintaining the order of calling the functions. Okay, so actually what here for understanding purpose we stored that line number and then the function name. Actually it will containing the return address where it need to return, like that what? That address will be stored in that stack. Okay, so simply understand, in function call, nested function calls, okay, the stack is used for the maintaining the return address. Okay, similarly, what then the recursion also what it will used for maintaining the return address. Okay, actually what not only the return address, also what the local variables and then local variable values, everything will be what backed up, okay, in the stack. So whenever that particular function call is over, it refers the stack where I have to what return, what values have to be what restored, like that everything will be referred from that what the stack, so that based on the stack information it will return to that caller, that is a parent, and then it will restore the parent variable values. Okay, so just you understand, no need to read any algorithms, how they explain how the stack is used in the function calls, nested function calls with this what example. Okay, so thank you. The recursion I will explain in detail separately. Okay, so thank you.